Who wants to see how big a mess I can make today? Probably a big one. Hi guys, it's Crystal, and today we're going to play with the Aurora Pigment from What's Up Nails. The pigment is slightly grainier than the powder, and it's actually supposed to be that way, so I just kind of wanted to mess with it. I don't have the powder. I probably need to get the powder and do some comparisons, but I don't have it yet, so we're just going to play with the pigment for now. To do this, I'm using a regular swatch wheel, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of creams from Glisten Glow on here, and then test the pigment out over all of them. But to cure the creams so the pigment sticks to them, I'm going to use my One Door No Wipe Gel Top Coat. This is the 6th time I've recorded this voiceover for this part because I kept messing it up. You should be proud of me. And I'm going to cure that in this basic LED lamp I have. This is like super cheap, super basic. I got it in a Walmart kit for 20 bucks a long time ago, but it still works for me. And to put the pigment on, I'm just using regular eyeshadow sponge brushies. I got these from Twinkled Tea, I think, a long time ago. And we're going to start off here with Wedding Gown White. This is just plain white. I did throw white and black in here, even though if you look on the website, there are tons of pictures of white and black. I just wanted to do it over them to compare it. I really like it over white, but I feel over white, it's got so much blue and green tint in it that I don't like it as much as over some of the colors. I know white's been everyone else's favorite to play with it over, but I really think I liked it over a pink and purple you're going to see later on. But here, not bad. Very pretty still. Pretty gorgeous. Next, we're going to do it over OG Snowman. This is a light gray color. This is actually part of a set that I don't think I have all of them, actually. I have most of Glisten Glow's creams, but I will admit I don't have every single one ever. I just have most of them ever. This is pretty. I kind of think it's a wintry look. I could see something like snowflakes over this. That would be really pretty. So I'm really liking the white, really liking the gray. Next, we're going to try it over this slightly darker gray. This is Topaz's Cabin. And don't think I like it. I don't know. I don't think I like it over the gray. I don't think I liked it over most of the dark colors, to be completely honest. When I played back the footage and even looking at it in person, I was like, I don't know about that. The darker colors just don't seem to do the pigment as much justice as the brighter ones. I can't help it. It's just prettier over pastels and bright colors. But a bunch of people have tested over them, so I wanted to test it over darker, different colors. The next color we're going to try it over is Little Black Dress. Like I said, black and white swatches are all over the What's Up Nail site. You can see them. Just click the link down below where I've listed the pigment powder and you'll be able to see lots of them. People have done plenty of nail art and stuff with it over white too. That's why I really wanted to play with the rainbow, which is what we're going to go through next. Here you can see with the black, it's very shifty. It is pretty. It's just not a color I think I would want to do much with. So for me, the black's okay. Now we're getting into the rainbow and we're using Apple Picking and Antiquing for our red. This is super pretty. I actually kind of love it over the red. It looks very sunsetty. It's got a gorgeous vibe to it. Just absolutely beautiful. I really could see some Chinese New Year nails with this. I have nail ideas for all of these, like a nut job that I'll probably never do, guys. But just imagine this red and then this powder and then some gold stamping. It would be lit. Next for the orange, we have Pumpkin Carving and Pale Ale. This, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty. It does make a beautiful color combo, but it's another one of those ones I just don't see many options with. I don't know what I would do with it, other than maybe put the pigment over it and wear it out as a plain mani. I don't know, I'm not sure. It makes it kind of, I want to say glam pumpkin-y looking is what I would call it. I don't know. It's got such a shimmery, gorgeous effect. It's just not an effect that's really for me, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. Next we have Today Is Your Day. This is the yellow. This is from the Oh, the Places You'll Go collection, which released earlier this year. I do not like at all how this goes over the yellow, and I'm going to tell you why. It has so much like of that green and blue shimmer coming out in the yellow. I feel like it really distorts the yellow, and it just made it not a favorite for me, not a plus. I even tried moving it around. I put white paper around it so that that orange and green weren't reflecting off it, and it still has such a green hue to this shimmer that I just didn't like it. It wasn't a color for me. It's pretty, just not for me. Next up for this green, we have Leaf Peeping and Lattes. This is very, very pretty, and this is like a dragon scaly color. I would definitely stamp dragon scales over this or do something dragony with it. It's just beautiful. And I know I said I didn't like it over most of the dark colors, but remember I said most, not all the dark colors, just most of them. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. I don't think most people are going to watch the entire video, and this is like almost the halfway point. Here we have Bunks Bug Juice for our blue. This is really, really pretty, and it gets like this pinkish shimmer to it that I kind of love, but at the same time, I'm kind of on. You know what I mean? Something you see and you're like, oh, that's pretty, but oh, I don't know about that at the same time. That's about where I'm at with that one. But it is really pretty. For the purple, we have S'mores and Sing-Alongs. This and the last one were from Glisten Glow's Summer Camp Days collection, which came out actually pretty recently. I want to say just a little while before PolishCon, actually. But it's super pretty. I love it over the purple. As if you didn't see that coming. You know, everyone that watches regularly and knows how much I love purple. It gives it a like blue to pink purple shift that is super, super, super gorgeous. And has me falling in love. Tonight, the pigment got us falling in love again. If you can name what song that's from, you can have an internet cookie. Next, we have talent shows and tie-dye. I've gotten so off topic on this one. Talent shows and tie-dye. This is very, very pretty and from the same collection as the last two. Actually, I think the next one's from that collection too. Yeah, it is. This one was an okay one for me. Not loving it, but not hating it. Really, you have to try this over any color you like just to see if you really love it. Next up, this bright pink we have is Counselors and Crushes. I really liked what it did with this one. It made it so shiny, and the pink and the pigment came out a lot, which gave it almost like a half chrome effect. So, so pretty. I definitely think that would be beautiful as like the base for a Valentine's Day mani. Thinking ahead, guys. You gotta think ahead. I actually just tapped my head like I was making a thinking sign. Oh my lord. I need more coffee or sleep or something this week. I don't know what it is about this week, but I'm wiped. Here we go. This one was magic. It didn't rub on. It came by itself. Don't judge me, guys. This is Campfires and Color Wars, and I was recording and the battery died. This is the second time that's happened to me this week, which is why I need more coffee. But it's still gorgeous. Next up, we have Great Balancing Act. This is another one that was from the Oh, the Places You'll Go collection. I kind of tried to group the colors from the collections together, except for the rainbow, because I wanted the rainbow ones in the rainbow order. This one, I was okay on. This is not one that I really love the color combo over. I really didn't love what the pigment did to it. And I know that a lot of people have tried the pigments over mainly pastels and love them, but that's why I went with so many different colors, is because pastels have been done. I wanted to try out a bunch of other things that hadn't been swatched a million times and posted to Instagram. So I picked a lot of weird colors. This pink is Your Mountain is Waiting, and I love this one. This is the pink and purple combo right here next to each other that I mentioned. I absolutely fell in love with. This is so pretty what it does to this pigment. It is just so, so gorgeous. I can't even describe how much I'm in love with this one. And then we have 98.75% guaranteed, which is this light lavendery purple, which is so pretty again. I think these are the only two true pastels I put this over, and I love them. This is why you can see this works great with some darker colors, some brighter ones, but I think this pigment is really, really geared toward pastels. But unfortunately, I don't like pastels that much. I don't own a lot of them. Next we have Coats and Curling. That's this dark forest green here. And this is another one that I could definitely see doing some dragon scales over, because the way it changes the color is so gorgeous. It's just stunning. See how it gives it that golden bluish green shifty shimmer? Loving that one. Last we have Mittens and Mountains. I didn't really end up liking this one too much. It's just kind of bleh for me. I don't like the brown undertones. Seem to just kind of It changed the pigment in a way I didn't like. But that's the point of having pigments, is you can try them over everything and see what you do like. That's why we played with them over everything, to see what we did like. And I had some definite favorites, which I will run through as we kind of slow down and look at all of them. I did put top coat on these. I used first a layer of Peel Off base coat, which is a water base coat. And then I used Glisten Glow's top coat over that once it had dried. I did give the base coat about 30 minutes to dry and then put the top coat on. And then you can see what that does to these. As I said, these are grainier, and I do use a macro lens, so they're not going to look super smooth like some other powders do. That first one we had was Wedding Gown White. This gray is OG Snowman, and I really kind of like the pink shimmer it gets in here, as you can see. Then we had Topaz's Cabin. This was the darker gray. I wasn't a big fan of this one. Wasn't a big fan of Little Black Dress either. I'm going to be completely honest. This next one's Little Black Dress. Just not a huge fan of it over the super dark colors. I mean, there were one or two that I really enjoyed, but not this one. I just don't like the almost unicorn pea coloring it has to it. Then we had Apple Picking and Antiquing. I really did like it over the red. I really liked the shimmer and the differences it had that kind of made it pop. But then with Pumpkin Carving and Pale Ale, it was for me. It does give it a kind of gorgeous shimmeriness, but it's just not a shimmeriness that I'm a fan of. And as you can see here on the tip of these, that's why Whiskers is covered in pigment. Because Whiskers decided to step up onto my table and stick to the swatch stick and then step in the pigment pot. He's very smart. Today is Your Day is our yellow right here. Another one I was about. And then we had Leaf Peeping and Lattes. This is the first one that I mentioned before. Gorgeous looking, would be perfect for dragon scales. And I love the shift it has to it. Then once again we have Bunks Bug Juice. Very pretty, gives it a kind of pink shimmer. And then we have S'mores and Sing-Alongs. This was that purple in the rainbow. And it also gets that really gorgeous pinky lavender shimmer. I really liked this one. I ended up liking it more when top coat was on it. Then we had Talent Shows and Tie-Dyes, which I liked initially, and then when I put the top coat on it and it really brought out the shine, I was kind of Counselors and Crushes here. With the top coat, has a lot more of that purple blue that's in the pigment coming out. Not a fan. Campfires and Color Wars. This one I really like, and I'm not even sure why. Because as you can see, it doesn't have a crazy bright pigment going on or anything, but it's just kind of pretty. Then we have Great Balancing Act. Not a fan of this one. Gonna be honest, I thought I was, but Then we have one of my two favorites, which is Your Mountain is Waiting, and 98.75% guaranteed. I love this. I love how it brings out the purple in the pink, and then the pink in the purple. It's just super, super pretty. Then we have the other one I considered a dragon scaly one, which is Coats and Curling again. And then Mittens and Mountains, which, I don't know if that was for me. I don't think the brown one really was a hit for me. Although they are super pretty, and this pigment is really amazing. It can change any color you put it over. So I definitely suggest like getting it yourself and trying it. Maybe getting the powder if you don't like the more grainy look the pigment has. And just test things out. See what you like. See what you enjoy. It's not always going to be a hit. I mean, as you can see, some of these colors definitely weren't a hit for me. If you watch through this entire thing, leave the nail painting emoji in the comment box so I can see it and like proof that you did. As usual though, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more fun stuff and weirdness, and I'll see you guys next time.